morning class. So we're going to go over what's favorite. We're going to go over equations and problem solving. So we're going to be going over story problems. So going to go through this process. We're going to write down the process in which we go through. So the hardest thing with any story problems is writing an equation. It's coming up with how do we take words and put them into a mathematical equation. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to set up some tables of what things you could see, as well as basically just giving you as many pointers as we can, direction along the way. So we're going to start here. First step, when you're going to go ahead and read the equation, or read the paragraph, read the problem. Okay? A lot of people look at story problems. I don't like them, therefore I won't even read them. Read the story problem, and I want you to come up with, all right, what don't we know? X. Most of the time it will be what is the length, what is the width, what are the sum of the consecutive numbers. Those are the type of ones we'll be looking for. But anytime they ask you a question, that's going to be our X. Next, step 2 is if we can, if there's another equation that we can write using X, we're going to do it. So, and we'll go through a couple of these. Once we write the equation, so we're going to write the equation in X as best we can. Then we're going to solve the equation. Once we solve the equation, we're going to check to make sure it makes sense. So here's some phrases that you could see. The sum of a number and 4, 2 more than a number, 5 added to a number increased by 7, a number plus 3. These are all circumstances in which we're using addition. So we could use sum, more than, added, number increased by, number plus. So that's addition. Then we're going to have subtraction, the difference between a number and 2. I want you to write down these. I want both of these charts. This chart here, this chart, then we're going to have multiplication and division. This doesn't cover everything, but what I'm trying to do is give you an idea of the type of things you'll see. So the difference between a number and 2, x minus 2, the difference between 2 and a number, just switching the order. 2 fewer than a number, x minus 2, 5 less than a number, x minus 5. A number decreased by 7, x minus 7. A minus a number, so 8 minus x. A number minus 3. It's important that we understand which order it's giving us. So next we'll go to division. A number divided by 8, the quotient of 5 in a number, the quotient of a number in 5, the reciprocal of a number. We're going to see more or less this. And then multiplication, so we'll use as well. So we'll go through, we'll go through one example, look at another chart, go through a second example. The width of a rectangle is 2 centimeters less, right there, than its length. The perimeter of a rectangle is 16 centimeters. What is the length of the rectangle? So read it. Now we ask ourselves, what's the question that wants us to answer? It says, what is the length of the rectangle? So if I don't know the length, then that's going to represent my x, my unknown. So x is the length of the rectangle. I don't know what it is. Question number, or step number 2 is represent the quantities in terms of x. So if I looked at it, x is the length. What we also talk about is the width. The width of the rectangle is 2 centimeters less than its width, less than its length. So we'd say the width equals x minus 2. So just what we went off that chart. Step number 3, write an equation in X that describes the conditions. So if I look at it, it talks about perimeter. Your perimeter is equal to 2 times your length plus 2 times W. So if I go back here, my X is the length of the rectangle. So instead of L, I'm going to have X. The width is x minus 2, so I'm going to plug x minus 2 in for W. So once again, x was my length, so that goes in for L. My width was x minus 2, so I plug in x minus 2 for W. And now we have an equation that we can solve. So draw your line, combine, go ahead and distribute. First step, 2 times x, 2 times 2. Combine like terms. 2x plus 2x is 4x. We're going to get rid of this 4, so add 4. Then we're going to get rid of the other 4 by dividing, so x equals 5. So we kind of want to summarize, so last step is to check our work, but first summarize it. So the length of the rectangle is 5 centimeters. That's what it wanted us to know. We could also say the width is 3 centimeters, since it's 2 less than that. So if I went 2 times 3, which is 6, and I went 2 times 5, which is 10, 6 plus 10 is 16, which is what we wanted. So we checked our work and we're good. The other chart that we're going to look at is, we're going to look at consecutive integers, what that means. So it's consecutive integers are one number after another. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 20, and 21. So consecutive integers, anytime you see consecutive integers, our algebraic, how we write it as an expression is x. The first number, we don't know what it is. But the second number is just 1 more than that. So we go x plus 1. So we look at 5. 5 were x. We go 5 plus 1, which would give me 6. So they said two consecutive integers, it would just be x and x plus 1. They said 3 consecutive integers. It would be x, then x plus 1, then x plus 2. Because if they said, we could say if they said 4 consecutive integers, we'd have all these, and then we go x plus 3. If they say 2 consecutive even integers, all right, 2, 4, 6, 8, they're separated by a difference of 2, 2 to 4, adding 2. So you start off with the first one, which is x, I don't know. Then your next one would be x plus 2. All right, if they had odd integers, 3, 5, 7, 9, start off with x, what we don't know, and we add 2 to it. 3 consecutive even integers, so if they want even integers, we go x, then x plus 2, then x plus 4. So we're going up by 2 each time. 3 consecutive odd integers, same thing, x, then add 2 to it, then add 4 to it. So we're going to go through one more of these story problems, and then that will be it for your notes. So the sum of 3 consecutive odd integers is 45. Find the integers. So once again, let x represent one of the quantities. So x would be the number. And we'll start off with the first number. We'll always say if we have 3 or 2, then we'll always start off with x is just the number. We want to find the sum. Okay, so we want to represent the other quantities in terms of x. So remember, if we had 3 consecutive odd integers, odd integers, we have x, then we have x plus 2, and then x plus 4. So we go x, then x plus 2, and x plus 4. So x plus 2 is the second number, x plus 4 is the third number. Write an equation that describes the conditions. The sum. Sum means add them all together. So add x, x plus 2, and x plus 4 together, and that should be 45. So we go x, the first one, plus the second one, plus the third one, should equal 45. And now we solve this. So think about it. We have x plus x plus x, or 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. So 3x plus 6 goes 2 plus 4 is 6 equals 45. Then we subtract 6 from both sides, which gives us 39. Then we divide by 3, which gives us 13. So the first number is 13. The second number would be 13 plus 2, which would be 15. The third number would be 13 plus 4, which would be 17. So if you look at it, we have 13, 15, 17. 3 consecutive odd integers. So we want to check our work. All we have to do is go 13 plus 15 plus 17, and that equals 45. So those were two. I'm going to break this lesson into 2 parts. That's the first part we're going to be looking at for today.